You know that feeling, right? You're sitting in a meeting and you just know there are brilliant ideas in the room that are just not being said. The same people always do the talking. Well, today we're going to look at a powerful, really structured way to fix that exact problem. It's called Lego Serious Play. So let's just start with a kind of provocative question. What if the real key to unlocking your team's best ideas wasn't just about talking more, but about building something? This whole method challenges the way we think about brainstorming, suggesting we can find deeper insights when we actually get our hands involved. And, the tool that's at the very heart of this process, it might surprise you. It's Lego bricks. Yeah, the very same ones you probably played with as a kid. But in this context, they're not toys. They become this really sophisticated language for expressing super complex ideas, strategies, and even solutions. Okay, so what in the world is serious play? It sounds like a contradiction, right? Let's get past the idea that we're just dumping bricks on a table and really dig into the powerful methodology behind it all. So, what are we really talking about here? The official definition has two words that are absolutely key: experiential process, which just means you learn by doing, and building and storytelling. See, this isn't an art class. It's a structured way to turn your thoughts into physical objects and then share the stories and the meaning behind them. It's also really, really important to get what this method isn't. A lot of people might just write it off as, a fun little icebreaker, but it's actually the total opposite. This is a deep, facilitated methodology. A real session can take hours, sometimes even days, to spark really rich dialogue. And the goal? It's not to build a simple org chart, it's to get all those hidden assumptions, ideas out in the open. So, why does this actually work? Is it just a gimmick? Not at all. There's some pretty fascinating science that explains why building things with our hands is such a powerful way to think. This quote right here really gets to the heart of it. It turns out there's this incredibly powerful connection between our hands and our brains. When we're physically moving things around, building and connecting objects, we're firing up different parts of our brain. This lets us access knowledge and ideas that might have just stayed buried otherwise. And here's what that looks like in practice. By building a model, you take a fuzzy, abstract idea like, say, our company culture or the biggest barrier to our success, and you make it external. All of a sudden, it has a shape, it has a form. It becomes something you can point to, touch, and most importantly, something everyone else can see and understand too. There is actually a scientific term for this. Neuroscientists call it reduction of workload. Think about it. Instead of trying to hold a really complex idea entirely in your head, you're offloading it into a physical object. This frees up your brain power to think about that idea more deeply, to reflect on it, and to make all kinds of new connections. Okay, so you're in the workshop, you've got a pile of bricks on the table in front of you. What actually happens next? Let's walk through the core process. It's simpler than you might think. It pretty much boils down to this simple but incredibly powerful three-step cycle that you just repeat over and over. First, the facilitator poses a challenge, a big open-ended question. Second, everybody in the room builds their own individual model in response to that question. And third, and this is crucial, each person shares the story of their model. This cycle is what guarantees that everyone participates. Now, to make this super concrete, here's a classic warm-up exercise. Everyone gets the exact same 6 little bricks. The facilitator says, you have 1 minute, build a duck. And what happens? You get dozens of completely different ducks. It is the perfect, immediate aha moment that shows that even with the exact same resources, everyone brings a unique and valuable perspective to the table. And that's the key thing to remember here. These models are metaphors. I mean, this isn't literally a monster. It's a physical representation of a challenge, or maybe a competitor, or even a wild new idea. The builder is the one who gives the model its meaning. And in doing that, they bring a personal story to life for the whole team to see and understand. Okay, so now everyone has built their own model and told their own story. But this isn't just about individual show and tell. The real magic happens next, when all those individual models and stories start getting woven together to create a shared understanding and, ultimately, collective insight. And this is only possible because there's a really strict set of rules that create a safe space for people to be honest. Rules like focus on the model, not the person. This allows people to critique an idea without it feeling like a personal attack. And the rule, the meaning of a model is determined by its builder, well, that ensures no one's idea gets misinterpreted or hijacked by someone else. It's your model, it's your story. When you put all this together,
The contrast with a typical meeting is it's stark. It's night and day. Instead of the loudest, most dominant personalities taking over, everyone gets a voice. The hierarchy in the room just flattens out because everyone builds and everyone shares, from the intern to the CEO. And all those vague, abstract ideas become concrete things the team can actually point to, discuss, and work with.
So what's the big payoff here? What is the truly transformative impact of all this serious play? Well, it's all about unlocking the collective intelligence that, let's be honest, already exists inside your team. You just need a way to get it out. This quote really just sums it all up perfectly. The simple act of building something gives shape to our imagination. It makes our internal thoughts shareable. It's like sending out an open invitation for others to see the world from our point of view, to really understand our ideas, and then to build on them together. And this is what allows teams to tackle incredibly complex challenges. By physically building out the systems, the relationships, the forces at play, teams can literally see the big picture. They can identify the friction points, see the connections, and start collaboratively designing really new and meaningful solutions. And maybe the most powerful, most mind-blowing statistic of all is this one right here. In a well-run LEGO Serious Play workshop, the participation rate is 100%. Just think about that for a second. When was the last time you were in any meeting where every single person contributed their unique knowledge and perspective? That right there, that's the power of this method. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Forget about whiteboards and slide decks for just a minute. If you could grab a pile of bricks right now and literally build a solution to your biggest, most complex challenge, what would you build?